harm from the media. Why? Why? Let me put it this way. If chickens knew who Frank Perdue really was, they wouldn't take his food for free. They'd know how it ends. Here's the last part. I told you that they have a plan. They have a destination. They have a solution. But they needed to create the problem. Never waste a crisis. You have the solution. Never waste the crisis to bring you to that solution. You create the problem so the public will beg for the solution that you have designed. What are the problems they're creating? Oil going up. Why? Administration making it harder to drill. Food prices going up. Why? We're printing too much money, devaluing our own currency. Jobs aren't being created. Why? Well, in part, Nancy Pelosi's party believes welfare is the best job creation we can do, and that's a quote. Create a problem so the public will beg for a solution. Bottom up, top down, and inside out. Sound crazy? Listen to journalist David DeGraw, who summed it up like this.
You've looted the economy, and now food and basic necessities, food and gas, all of a sudden become more expensive, harder to get to, and then step 3.5 is when you get the riots. So we're fastly approaching that. Now, we've been able to avoid riots because of food stamps and, 52 million people surviving off of this. But if, the price of food goes up, if the price of gas goes up, all these people receiving government benefits, it's not going to cut it. And then on top of that, you got a lot more people falling into these poverty areas that are going to need assistance.
Wait until I show you what we have tomorrow on this. We've shown you why the price of food is going up. All they have to do is create the condition where people rise up and demand the solutions that they have prepared for all of us. If and when things get that bad, people will cry out for their solutions. Listen to these people. They're telling you. All right. Since this is going on, they're using the same principles that I am going to be outlining for you on the E4 project. It must be done bottom up. Top-down revolution is being promoted, but bottom up. You are the key. They know this. They know this. But you're being played like a chicken, quite honestly. There's another choice. Don't eat the chicken food. It's not really free. But what can you do about it? I'll show you next. Oh, and for anybody who wants to know, I don't know why you would want to know, but if you want to know what I did on vacation without a chalkboard, without Twitter, without a cell phone, I went to old school. I built sandcastles, the first sandcastle I've ever built with my kids. You can check out the entire slideshow all at the brand new, totally redesigned glennbeck.com. Here's a sneak peek. We see in here the calls for revolution from the radical left, the left-wing extremists. We just played them for you. The rest of the media will ignore them. Well, some people will say, that'll never happen here. Well, go ahead and believe that if you want. You should turn the channel now. But I want to show you this. This is video that happened over the weekend. Dozens of teens trashing a store in a mall for no apparent reason whatsoever. They were quoting one of the teenagers, just trying to have fun, but they just trashed this mall. It forced authorities to shut the entire mall down. Our society is breaking down when kids do this and they say, we're just having fun. So what can we do about it? Well, you have two choices. You can become a police state. We can have them make our malls more like prisons, build the cage tighter and tighter. We can arrest those dirt bags, but there seem to be more and more of them. Or we can look at it a different way and realize that the police are not going to be able to stop it. No government is going to be able to build a cage for those people that doesn't include a cage for us. And so maybe the problem lies within us. We just have to stop worrying about what everybody else is doing and change our country by changing ourselves. We can reconnect with our family and our children I'm going home after the program tonight. I told my wife over the weekend, we have to plan our nights or they're just going to end up happening. So I'm going home right after the program, and the kids have dinner waiting, and then we are going to play a game together, and then we are going to read a book, then we'll read our scriptures, and then we'll say our prayers and go to bed. You have to put it in action, and you have to plan for it. The answer for those of us who gather here at 5 o'clock every day, I think, is yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can declare our choice today. I feel a little like Hank Reardon from Atlas Shrugged, trying to live within the system, but it's coming undone. We're watching it. I'm not going to be a part of it. I'm not going to be destroyed with it or by it, because somebody in the end will have to put it back together. And that'll be you. That'll be me. I've told you for the last 2 years, as the problems get bigger and bigger, they're going to push us into a bigger solution. The solutions will be found at the local level, and they will be found inside of the individual. It's time to start living the answer. It's time for a personal revolution. Find the truth within you and put it into action. I showed it to you in Wilmington, Ohio, and I'll give you a follow-up on that amazing story next. You make a difference. How do I know? An update from Wilmington, Ohio.
Alan Willoughby of Sugar Tree Ministry in Wilmington, Ohio. We've been blessed in hundreds of ways. We've had food donations, volunteers, many volunteers. We have seen 5 semi-trucks of food come in. Over $100,000 has come in for support with our ministry. We had a man by the name of Joseph who came in from Illinois. He saw the November 19th show, and he said he gave his life to God that night. He was a member of the National Atheist Association. He told me that when watching the interview with Glenn and myself, that he was moved to give his life to God. Another man came through. He said he drove 17 hours, and he's from Wisconsin. He met with me, he prayed with me, and then he gave me a blank envelope. And after he had left, I looked in the envelope, and he had $2,100 bills in that envelope. There are really so many stories to tell, but our lives will never be the same after Glenn's visit.
I'm Donna Logan, and I'm the owner of Granny's Country Cupboard in Wilmington, Ohio. There's an excitement in Wilmington since his visit on December 15th. Everybody is more upbeat and has the feeling that we're going to be okay, that Wilmington's going to come back to the booming little town that it was when I was a child. I think people are turning to God more. They're looking to God for their future and with faith that God's going to provide, and I think He will.
There's definitely a renewed sense of community. Something that really pushed me over the edge was Glenn's visit. I wanted to do something really big, and so we thought we would give away $10,000 worth of gift cards this year, and one of those gift cards would be worth free pizza for life. I was just lucky that I found a family that could really benefit from the gift.
You guys have been selected to win free pizza for life.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I've had calls and emails from people all over the country. I've got a gentleman in Florida said, I want you to buy 10 pizzas for 10 families. And he said, why don't we do it once a month? I had another gentleman that called me, and he sent me $100. I think that Glenn championed Wilmington because we've been knocked down, and we realized that we weren't going to stay down.
Big week. Tomorrow, Revolution. Friday, very special show. I'm going to show you the 7 steps I took to change my life, how they will change yours, and how they will change the country. That's tomorrow. That's Friday. And join me tomorrow from New York. Good night, America.